What's up, everyone? Let's
All right.
unmute that. Okay, let me get the YouTube link now. Unmute that. Okay, let me get the YouTube link now. Actually, let me go ahead and mute the YouTube part. Let's go to share real quick. Tweak that out. All right. Okay.
Hey,
Welcome to
Good.
Indie Table.
get everything set up.
Yep. Really glad that I did that test stream.
Get everything worked out.
Yep. All right, so first off, let me introduce our guest, Mystery Pen from Sannova Comics. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm okay.
That's good. All right, so first off, introduce yourself to the viewers. You know, I think I kind of already did that.
Yeah, you kind of already did that.
All right, so I'd like to ask, how did you get into comics?
Um, well, Spider-Man basically.
Oh, you like me then? I love Spidey.
Yeah, and then Deadpool. Deadpool can be hilarious.
Now, see, I like him, but I really haven't read a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, most of his stuff can be over the top. It just depends on who has the writing reins for him at the time.
Oh, so who would your favorite Deadpool writer be then?
I don't know. I never remember their names.
That's a shame. You should, as a true Deadpool fan, you should know the name.
Scott from accounting.
Poor Scott.
Yeah.
All right. Um. So, how did the idea for your comic come into
Well,
fruition?
well, originally it was going to just be like a pure fantasy world, but after going through the main character at that point's backstory, I thought it'd be better to have like two other characters just come in out of nowhere, have no idea what the planet's about, and it'd be easier to introduce the world to them.
Hmm. And so is fantasy one of your favorite genres to write or
One of
draw?
them, I only write like I have an artist that draws.
Ah, so you like me then. See, I can't draw at all, but I can like describe what I need to be drawn. So that way it doesn't have to like be in stick figure formation.
Yeah.
So is this comic like a two person processing?
Three. I also have an editor.
No, see, I still need to find one of those. Okay, so how did you guys meet?
I found him on DeviantArt, and I found the editor through another friend of mine.
And what was it about his art style that, you know, that drove it to you or
It's
this?
probably the semi-realism to it. Like it looks like it could be realistic, but it also looks like it could be cartoony as well. So it's kind of like a mix of it.
Hmm. kind of interested in this style now.
Because it looks like, yeah, maybe a person could like get a serious injury in it, but also maybe later on there could be like a talking dog that no one would bat an eye.
All right, so to you, what is the hardest part in the writing
Probably
process?
figuring out which direction to go to at any given point in the story. Because one tiny event could shape like the entire story going forward.
That's a good point. And what is your favorite comic making um, process?
Process?
Yeah,
I just like spam right, then I just go back and edit it, change a couple things.
sounds like me a little bit. Like I usually just type away and then just go over it, and
Yeah,
then just end up deleting the whole thing and starting back from point one.
that's why you need to get an editor because they would know what would be best for the story you're trying to make.
That is on my to-do list.
Hmm.
All right, so what's your favorite character that you've made?
So far, there would be one, but I can't really say much about them because spoilers. But it's going to be hilarious.
And okay, so I know you enjoy comics. Who not the sorry, not who, but what are your favorite comic books to read? I guess besides Spider-Man and Deadpool.
I like a couple Batman comics, but not much of them.
I have to say it's
Like
been a while.
Batman, yeah, like Batman Hush. That was a pretty good storyline, even though it was a tie-in technically.
I have to say it's actually been a while since I've actually read any DC comics. I think the last one I read was like actually Hawkman, which I still need to finish that. All right, so are you into any graphic novels or do you read any
I, I,
manga?
I read some manga, but I can't really find many of them that interest me. Most of them are just like the classic rehashing of show anime, like Show and Jump.
That's probably my main thing. Because I know I'm probably about to get into One Piece, and
One Piece has like 1,000 episodes and a
I
lot
know,
more manga.
yeah, I'm still like willing to give it a try though. Because I was,
There is a couple websites that have like where that have list of all the episodes and all the manga that just skips over the filler plots and it makes it more manageable to actually watch and read.
it's like I don't know why, but from like what I've seen from his writing, I actually really mind like getting into like the whole storyline of everything.
Yeah, One Piece is
Okay.
actually one of the inspirations for a couple of the characters and plot ideas.
All right. And is there any TV shows that you're watching, movies? Um,
Um, just a show called Lucifer.
that's actually on my Netflix list.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually have like the comic, but
Yeah,
I
the comic version of Lucifer kind of looks like David Bowie, honestly. At
I
least for
thought
the
like
older ones.
the exact same thing. I think I got it because I
He's
like.
actually, he's actually based off of David Bowie.
Hmm. No, I did not know that. I don't know. It's just that I have like been waiting for like the right time to this binge watch it in like a day or so.
Um,
Or
might
at least,
take a little longer than a day or so for that.
or at least like this binge watch season one.
Yeah, because the episodes are like an hour long or so.
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
All right, and have there been any movies that you like that you disliked that you seen lately?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the last movie I seen was Endgame. Honestly, I'm really not like the biggest movie fan.
Yeah. Same. I only go to movies that really interest me, like most Marvel movies, except for like the Thor: The Dark World. That movie was just terrible.
I think I only seen that once, and now I'm trying to figure out did I actually
Yeah.
like
Thor: The Dark
seen the
World
movie?
isn't even that memorable of a movie.
Must not be because I actually forgot that I seen it, and I'm trying to figure out did I actually watch it. It was like this a dream that I had. All right. Are there any comic companies that you would like to work with, or would you like to start your own
I'd rather start my
company?
own because if I go for like another studio, there's always a chance they'll just like censor anything, even if it's something tiny, and that might conflict with the story.
That's a good point. Also, like the comic you're making, will it be in like a digital format, or will it be like
It'll,
physical, or a combination of both?
it'll be online in a web comic form until we can actually get enough money to afford the possibility of having physical copies, because that is going to be really expensive. It's like a couple hundred just for like maybe 400 or 500 copies. It's really expensive.
Okay, so another question. The future of comics, how do you think that will like, end, or like what do you think of it?
I honestly think that maybe like more indie developing companies for comics will probably take over a while, especially since you have the woke comic era, which we're kind of in right now with all the SJW ones.
What to say, please don't mention woke. I
I
don't
know
like
it's a
woke.
pain.
It's like I think half of like my Twitter timeline is nothing but comic drama and wokeness. I
Yeah,
All right, now you said that indie comics might be the future. I
yeah.
would ask, why do you think that?
For one, Variant Comics, you've heard of them?
Actually, yeah.
They're actually one of the most recent comic companies that have kind of like gotten more of a growth over the past couple years. Something with Black Horse Comics. They're a major comic thing, but they you don't really hear much from them.
Yeah, because I mean I know who they are,
But they just
but
don't. They don't. They rarely have any memorable comics.
all right, so who are some of your creative inspirations?
Probably Oda for One Piece. A little bit of Star Wars,
Oh, I
and
love Star Wars.
yeah, and some Indiana Jones.
Okay, speaking of Star Wars, are you a Sith or a Jedi?
I'd rather be a bounty hunter, just for the rocket launcher.
I actually have like a shirt that says Bounty Hunter and it has like the logo from Star Wars.
Yeah.
It might possibly be my favorite shirt, but it keeps getting taken from me. Just keeps getting stolen. I need to hide it.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Uh, not really, but
I mean, I could talk more about the comic, but it'll be a little bit limited because spoilers.
oh well, yeah. This can be the spoiler-free
Yeah.
comic.
So, what do you want to ask about it?
Well, one, what's it about? That
It's basically just like sci-fi characters thrown into a fantasy world. Just a cyborg and an alien that crash land onto like a fantasy planet.
okay, so why is fantasy like one of your favorite genres, and why the sci-fi element to it?
Because no one really does sci-fi fantasy anymore. I mean, they've done like they have done like some fantasy steampunk, which is kind of, but it's not really the not really. And with
Is there
fantasy, you can get away with not explaining a lot of stuff.
also how like describe the villain in this and the main character? Oh, I think I've already asked you to like describe the main character. So I guess this just um to describe the villain in this.
Well, the first story doesn't really have a villain because they're mostly escaping from the crashed spaceship for the first majority of the arc. So the first proper villain probably won't be introduced until like the second arc or the end of the first arc.
When it comes to your comics, like do you um um plan how many arcs you want beforehand, or do you just
I
wait
usually
and
just
see?
plan out like the plot of that arc and see how many issues or it will take me to finish it.
And how many issues do you think this one will be?
No idea. Could be 10, could be 20. Because right now, writing wise, we're at a crossroad. It can go in two different directions, and depending on which one we choose, is how long it'll be.
Are there any future um plans that you want to work on?
Yeah, I do have like a couple other comics that I want to write. Some of them will tie into the one I'm writing right now.
So did oh go ahead. Sorry.
Because for Sannova, it actually has like one big overarching story for it.
All right. Actually, where did the name Sannova come from?
I have no idea. I just thought it would be a better name than naming it something cheesy like Phoenix Star or something.
Hey, sometimes cheesy is good.
Yeah, but Phoenix Star wouldn't fit this story. It sounds like more of like a sci-fi drama.
How many rewrites do you think you go through?
For a particular issue,
Yeah.
probably two or three.
So do you do like at least one page a day, or
I
does
try
it?
to I try to do like as many pages as I can per day.
I'm mostly like,
Sorry, roommate got in.
oh, you're good. No need to apologize. Yeah, I'm mostly at least 1 to 2 pages a day, depending on basically how tired I am from like working. So if I don't
I
fall
just
asleep, then I'm usually writing.
I just write as much as I can at any given point until I like either burn out or I just don't know how to continue the story at the time. What else should
So,
we talk about?
oh, sorry for the quietness. I admit that I am a introvert with slight social anxiety, so thinking of like questions on the spot has not been my strong suit.
It's fine. What else is there to talk about?
Um, well, we could talk about like the latest comics you read, or like I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like I said, the last one I read was like Hawkman, but I have been reading like a lot more web comics lately.
Yeah, they're a lot easier to get to.
Could you name some of your favorite ones?
Webcomics?
Yeah.
There's questionable content. Um, Dumbing of Age, Kiwi Blitz, Starhammer, Gilded Age,
Hmm.
and Hazy London and Ozzy the Vampire.
All right. Some of the ones I'm reading right now is Placebo Fisheye. I think that's the name of it. Actually, no, I don't think it is, but
Are you reading them on like Webtoons or Hiveworks or Tapas?
actually, it's a combination of Webtoons and Tapas for me.
Those two are probably one of the more popular webcomic sites.
But as to lately, I'm probably on Redtoons like a little bit more.
Yeah, Webtoons are probably a bit easier to get to, or you just pull them up on your phone too, especially for Webtoons.
Yeah, like one of my favorite ones I've been reading has been Lore Olympus because I love Greek mythology. Also, my giant boyfriend, I love that. It's like, well, my giant nerd boyfriend, that's like probably also one of my favorites.
If you like Greek mythology, I think there's a webcomic where it's like Greek gods versus Roman gods. I don't remember the name of it, but I know it's like mostly a comedy one where they're sharing like an apartment together, apartment complex.
Ooh, all right, definitely need to check that out.
I
And
know
I
one of them that Hades does actually burn down his apartment room.
okay, anything with Hades, I love. He's like probably one of my favorite Greek gods. I don't know why.
Yeah, but in that particular webcomic, he kind of acts like the gay best friend.
I'm okay with that. Actually, I think my love of Hades stemmed from the Disney version of Hades.
Yeah, he was kind of flamboyant in that movie. And there was a Hercules TV show, but he barely made an appearance in that.
Yeah. So, who are there like any artists that you would like to work with?
Not in particular.
As I said, I think one of the main artists I would like actually love to work with is the guy who drew Death Note and Kubo. And then for some odd
So
reason,
you like
Mitch from
for like
DC.
I can kind of understand Mitch. What else could we talk about?
I'm pretty sure it's something like ironically as we're talking, that's actually like leading me on to like, more topics. But if you want, we can just go back to your comic.
Sure.
So will this be a web comic?
Yeah, for right now, until we can afford to make it a physical comic, which probably
I'm
won't
pretty
be for a while.
What website would you be posting this on?
Yeah, we were thinking to start off with maybe webtoons, unless we can get like some other person interested in it that doesn't, limit us writing wise.
Why webtoons?
Yeah, it's the most popular website and it gives you the most freedom.
Now see, I publish on Tapas, but not webtoons.
Have you
Eh,
checked out Tapas?
Hmm.
I've checked out Tapas. They're like a whole program for comics.
Yeah, they have like two sections where you can like either do comics or novels.
Yeah.
Although I've actually stopped updating for like a while because I'm focusing on like I guess making physical copies of my comic and hopefully submitting it to Alterna Comics.
Just be careful that they don't like. If you make a deal with them, just be careful that they don't screw you over.
Yeah, so I'm doing like a bit more research into this because like out of like all the companies that I've seen, I don't know why, but that's like the one company that is drew me to them.
I'd rather kind of just do things on my own than having like a big published company in front of me.
Now, see, that's the thing. It's like half of me just wants to go to them, and then the other half just wants to start my own
But
company.
you can always
And
look online and see if there's. You can always look online and see if there's other people that want to start their own company too. And see if you can collab with Sannova.
all right, so what are some of your least favorite writing tropes that you've seen?
Like writing cliches.
Yeah,
The damsel in distress, the
that's a good one.
incompetent best friend character, the stupid jerk that shows up no matter what as a villain, who somehow either accidentally kills himself or somehow accidentally causes his death. There's a lot of them I hate.
And what are some of your favorite ones?
um, Probably the one where have you heard of M Night Shyamalan
Yes, I have.
and all of his terrible plot twists?
Yes.
Just like kind of like that, except not terrible.
No, see, I used to like M Night, but
More of his recent movies are just kind of, eh.
yeah, like I said, it's like I used to like him, but after like that whole Airbender movie, I'm like,
And
I'm
don't
still.
forget The Happening.
I see. I don't think I've seen that happening.
Oh God,
I've
it's
seen
terrible.
like maybe 15 minutes of like the last Airbender, and I couldn't watch it. It was just why?
The majority of the reason that it was so terrible is because M. Night Shyamalan didn't like cooperate with the creators of Avatar.
Well, that explains a lot.
Same thing happened to the Dragon Ball Z movie.
So do not miss in that movie.
And the only good thing came from that is because the creator of Dragon Ball saw that movie, thought it was so terrible that he decided to write Dragon Ball again.
Hmm. Well, see, something good did come out that movie because I'm trying to figure out like why is Goku going to school and
Why is that post-apocalyptic?
right. It's like Goku is like not even my favorite character, but even I felt disrespected in that movie.
I'm just glad they didn't bring in Piccolo.
Oh no, see, I love Piccolo.
Yeah,
He's like,
but with the style of that, the CGI would have been terrible for him.
yeah, I think I would have cried if they did that to him. Cause him and Vegeta are like probably two of my favorite characters.
Yeah, did at all.
Yeah. All right. So you said that you liked the MCU.
Yeah, well, some of it.
Where do you think they're like? What direction do you think they'll be going to now that Endgame has ended? And I believe it's what phase 1 that ended or something like that.
Phase two.
Phase 2.
Well, I think they'll probably introduce some more obscure characters and more older villains for characters. I kind of want them to bring back Egg Foo because I think that'd be hilarious.
That will be.
You know who Egg Foo is, right?
If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I actually heard his name. Isn't he like a
He's a
villain that looks
giant
like an egg?
Chinese egg.
Okay, actually sounds really good right now.
Yeah, he's like a giant deviled egg, but has like the racist, stereotypical Chinese mustache on it, the Chinese facial hair, and the little
Now,
hat.
now see, I will like just figure out a way how to eat him. Like just
I mean,
because.
in the three comics I know he showed up in, each time he's died, they just pushed him off or cracked his shell. So it's like Humpty Dumpty.
But if he was evil,
Yeah,
that should be a comic.
yeah, it might be.
Evil Humpty Dumpty. I might Google that. Actually, I am. All right. So, what do you think of like this Jane Foster movie that they're making, the Lady Thor one? And what do you think about Natalie Portman um taking the role?
I'm not sure Natalie Portman would be the best fit for Thor, honestly.
Same for me. It's like if it was me, then I will probably have like the character Valkyrie take the role because it honestly seems like they kind of did set that up, and she's already like in the movie, but it's like I said, like I will just have like her basically take Thor's role instead of like just having Jane in this. Because to me, like I said, it makes like a little bit more sense.
Well, at least they didn't go for some of the other people they auditioned for Thor. One of them was Ellen Page.
Oh, see, I don't picture Ellen Page either. I don't know.
I think they even had Amy Schumer show up for an audition of it.
Oh no, no. All right. Okay, so far I am liking my idea better of just having Valkyrie pick up the hammer and just
I
leave it
don't
at
think that
that.
would make much sense for Valkyrie's character.
Uh, true, but like I said, I was like the only person who I like actually like to take the hammer.
Still, it'd be kind of amazing if they did like have another character take up the role. Could be interesting. I mean, imagine if they had Black Widow or maybe one of the Wakandan guards take up the role.
That actually will be pretty interesting.
'Cause they have had Spider-Man Thor in the past.
All right, so what about like have you heard the news about the Magneto character in the MCU? Or like
Not much about him.
basically from what I remember, it's the guy from Breaking Bad, not the main character, but
What, Jesse?
no, he's the I want to say he's either black or Hispanic.
Is it the guy that sells chicken in like the first season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like I like the actor, but having Magneto not be Jewish kind of takes a lot away from the character.
It depends on what direction they go with the character.
I don't know. It's like on one hand, I'll be okay with it as long as
Because if they're gonna make him black, they're probably going to change his backstory to maybe modernize him a bit.
So it's like, I'm like 50-50 on that.
I mean, they could go in a couple different directions with it. They could make it to where like his character grew up during segregation,
Actually, that would be pretty good.
which is kind of what they did with the original Black Manta.
Hmm. Actually, I could see that. I don't know. I think like no matter what race Magneto is, he needs to have like a tragic backstory. This to
Yeah, like every other superhero and supervillain.
no, not really. One Punch Man did not have a tragic backstory.
Yeah, but that's more of a manga than a superhero, like traditional superhero comic.
Either way, he did not have a tragic backstory.
Hmm.
At least I don't think so.
Doesn't really say much about his backstory. Just like he trained a lot and lost his hair.
I would probably cry if I lost my hair.
You can just buy a wig.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna make a One Piece live action TV show.
I am not the biggest fan of live action right now.
Yeah, but for this one, they actually went ahead and bought the reindeer for it.
Hmm. I don't
Like
know. It's like,
they bought an actual reindeer to play Tony.
oh, it's like take Disney for example. It seems like they're making everything into live action to the point of where
Yeah.
kind of wish that you guys should just go back and start making your own animated stuff now.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that because for some reason they think live action makes money.
It doesn't look.
Then again, it might because of like younger people.
I don't know. It's like, look, when I think of Disney, I don't think of like live action. I think of like the whole
At least it's not as bad as
animated.
when Cartoon Network decided to do live action shows.
We don't talk about that time.
God, it was terrible.
Yeah, we don't talk about that time.
The only
That
decent one they had was Dude, What Would Happen? That only ran for like 2 seasons.
yeah, it's because they knew that you know what we could like probably get 2 seasons out of like this idea.
Yeah, they had originally had it for 6 seasons, but it did so terribly.
Have you seen the new Rocco reboot on Netflix?
Oh, the new movie they had of it?
Yeah,
No, but I saw like advertising for it.
it looks like a C at best, average.
They're gonna do the same thing with Cat and Dog.
Oh, I love Cat Dog. I'm just hoping that they don't mess that one up.
I think they're gonna try to bring back the original voice actors for him too, if they're
Oh,
not dead.
let's hope that I'm dead.
And they are bringing back the Rugrats.
Okay, now see, I might iffy on that because I love
Oh, they're
Rugrats.
bringing back the original creators of it because Disney's paying a shit ton of money for them to do it.
All right.
Uh, oh, he muted himself. I haven't been streaming an hour almost.
All right. Stream is at 41 minutes. Oh,
You want to keep going or end it here?
it's up to you.
I mean, I can talk more about the comic and like, talk
All right.
about the characters, like some characters that we'll introduce later on.
Sure.
Okay, you want to start with the characters that we've introduced so far, which is like 3 of them, or some of the ones that we're going to introduce later on?
The ones that you already introduced. Well, probably both.
Okay, we'll just start with the ones introduced already. There's the two main characters, Callie and Yuri. Callie being a cyborg from Jamaica, and Yuri just being an alien that she kind of stowed on Kelly's ship, like a long time ago, like 5 years.
So
So that,
they been like together for like 5 years, or they
yeah,
knew each other for like 5 years.
yeah, they've been traveling together for like 5 years or so. Kind of like a sister relationship. You still there?
Yeah, sir.
Then there's the only guy character we introduced so far, which is Ross, which is a native of the planet, and he's more of like the stoic leader type of character, but also
So
kind of laid back.
what's the um planet like that they travel through?
That they end up getting stuck on.
Yeah.
It's mostly islands with only like a couple continents and a couple flying cities and islands.
So it's what like cities in the sky.
Yeah,
And
a couple flying islands. Maybe like 2, 3 continents, some volcanoes, islands.
all right. And what are some of the characters that you haven't um
Well,
introduced yet?
plot rise, there is another human character when introduced that has electricity magic. And there's 2 other characters that are basically going to be like the elves of this planet.
So like describe the magic in this. Is there like any restrictions or whatnot?
Oh no, there's a couple of different types of magic. There's artificial and there's natural.
What's the difference? Like, what does
Artificial would be like artificially made golems, enchantments, potions, stuff like that. Natural magic would be like magic you're born with.
and I guess besides humans and cyborgs, like what other races are there?
There's a reptile race, amphibians, bird people. There's an island of talking dogs, talking communist cats,
Okay, why do the cats have to be communists?
because
Cats
it
are
might be
awesome.
funny.
What to say? Cats, yes, they're like little evil jerks. I should know because I have like some myself, but they are also wonderful creatures who are not communists.
Yeah, but the kitty communists are currently in the Civil War, so
I kind of want to see this now.
yeah, we'll get to that part. It's like with the island of talking dogs.
I kind of also want to see that.
Yeah, especially since it's set in like New York City.
Hmm.
And there's the dog mafia, which I think is going to be hilarious.
A dog mafia.
Yeah, their leader is a temperamental chihuahua.
You know, I can actually see that.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but I can like actually picture that in my head right now. And I kind of hate it because I actually have like a chihuahua with me. And it's like,
I had a pet chihuahua for a while. Then it decided to fight a coyote and got itself killed.
oh, sorry to hear that.
And actually, he survived the coyote attack. It's just like he died from a heart attack and arthritis because his back got torn to shreds.
No. All right, so if you could be any race from your comic, what would you choose?
Probably Ross's race, just because of their abilities.
So like, what's their favorite particular brand of magic to use then? Like,
They can use like more abstract types of magic where they control not really an element, but like a force of nature, like pressure.
hmm,
And some of them, and because of their race, they have a one organ in their body that can tell them what direction magic attacks are coming from, that they can detect.
and what inspired that?
I have no idea. I just sort of came up with it. Most of the stuff I've made is either because no one's done it before or I thought it'd be funny. Like the Scottish kangaroo that has a mech suit
Scottish kangaroo.
with a mech suit. She has like bagpipes that shoot cannonballs. That'd be hilarious.
No, see, that could like probably be like a spin off on its own.
Oh no, she's a character later on in the story.
All right, so like when it comes to like the whole world building thing, how planned out are you? Like, do you like write down every detail beforehand,
Yeah,
or
like
are you?
I usually the way I've done it for Sannova is like I do it per section of the world we're exploring for like the first section of the story. So right now we have stuff for like 4 islands and a continent already planned out.
All right,
Everything from trade routes to getting mail.
so like, does each continent have like a different weather pattern, or is it like cold in one place, hot in the
I
other?
don't know. It works like kind of like how climate works for our planet.
Ah, so if you're living where I'm at, then
The only
Your
exception would
state's climate is bipolar.
the only exception will probably be a island that we haven't gotten to yet, where just everything is messed up because of science stuff. Oh, and the sky reefs.
All right. Um, is it like you said that this is like a sci-fi comic also?
Yeah,
How's the technology? Like, is it close to ours, or is there like a
it
mixture of
it
both
depends
present
on
and
it
future?
depends on the island you go to, because some of the islands are like really spread out and don't really have much contact with other islands or other continents. So theirs could be like really advanced or really primitive.
What about the weapons? Is that like also depending on what island you go to?
Yeah, but there's usually like a black market for some weapons. For instance, guns, they're like really rare, but they exist. They're only limited to like basic guns like shotguns, rifles, and pistols.
All right, so you said that if you could like be any race from your comic, you chose your character's Rouse
Ross,
race, boss race. Um, what weapon would you use?
probably either a long spear or a sword.
Hmm. I'm not really like into knives for some odd reason, and the whole bow and arrow aspect, and maybe like a hand pistol with that.
Eh. Then again, guns and stuff are rare in this world, so
Like I said, probably knives because I like weapons that I could just easily hide. And
we do have like some unique weapons, like some characters built. Like the next character that will probably introduce, Shiro. They have a they have a drill spear that is powered by their electricity magic.
ooh, now is electricity one of your favorite elements?
One of them.
I think my favorite would probably have to be a combination of water and probably air.
So smoke, well,
Yeah,
steam.
yeah. Cause like there's the two elements by itself. I can like probably do like a lot of stuff with.
We do have plans for like for how we set up the magic for natural magic is you're born with magic, and what magic you get is dependent on what type of magic your parents have. So it can mutate into something else. Because that way we could all have kind of all kinds of weird magic abilities and styles.
So let's say one parent has like a water type and the other parent has like let's say a earth type. How would
Magma.
that work out? Yeah.
The only types of magic that probably won't ever pop up would probably be time magic, just because it would mess with the storyline too much. So we'll just keep time travel to like actual science instead of having magic if we ever do time travel.
So like is there like any forbidden magic in this world?
Not really. There are limitations to magic for each type of it. For natural magic, limits are mostly like well, basically there's kind of like you know how in like Zelda games they have a magic well.
I've only played like one Zelda game,
Oh,
but
stamina wheel.
yeah, but I'm actually planning on getting a Switch soon, so might be getting my
Hmm.
second one.
Yeah. Anyway, it works kind of like how stamina works for video games. So you can do magic as long as you have enough energy to do it.
Oh, all right.
Not from natural magic. For enchantments, there's kind of like a battery life to it.
Could you recharge it, or would you need to like
It's
get
like
a different battery?
you can recharge it or you can let it cool down. Depends on the battery type and what enchantment it is. Because if it's an elemental enchantment, you can probably just like supercharge it with that element.
All right. Well, I think I am going to end it here. It was nice chatting with you. Good luck with your comic.
Good luck with your YouTube channel.
Thanks. And also your Instagram, it's linked in my description folder.
Awesome. I also have a Patreon, but I doubt I'll get anyone to subscribe to that until I have an actual comic out.
I mean, I'll still link that too. Probably in either the YouTube description or my like this be tweeted on Twitter or something.
Okay, I'll get the link for you.
Yep. All right. Let me go to end broadcast, and like I said, it was nice chatting with you, and you have a nice night.
See ya. Here's a link.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.